Good afternoon, folks. Catherine here. With my hair's gone. Which side is it? It's whatever. Looking in a mirror. Good afternoon, folks. Dreary-looking day in Canterbury today, Christchurch. The sun tried this morning, and then it just turned to cloud. I think we've got a few days quite cool, down in the teens. 11 Celsius. Expect to be a maximum tomorrow, nearly 20 today, they reckon. Maybe earlier it was, but it's autumn. I ordered a couple of books in through the library a few months ago now, and a few days apart I was advised that they were in. These are new books. This one here is Unveiled, and as you see it's by Theophila Pratt. By Bateman Books, based in Auckland, but they get their stuff printed in China. I was going to say there's a publisher in Invercargill, and they really do publish in Invercargill. And they do high quality publishing also. But anyway, it looks to me like, and when you order books from a library, if lots of people order the same book, sometimes you're number 6 on the list, and sometimes you're number 70 on the list, and there might be only 2 copies or 5 copies. So it was a few months ago I ordered this in. The book I've got, when I got it, it looks absolutely brand new. It doesn't even look like someone's opened it flat and, gone like that down the pages to make it sit flat. I mean, I'll try to keep it as nice as possible. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. It's, 200 odd pages. So, Theophila Pratt, and there's a picture of her. She'd be mid-20s now, I guess. She was born into a cult, and it's called Gloria Vale, Gloria with a G, Gloria Vale, set up by Neville Cooper, who changed his name to something like Honest Nice Man instead of horrible old Burke. But originally he'd started off in Australia, and the Australian tried to set up a couple of churches there, and they sort of said, take a hike, Mike. So he came to New Zealand. He ended up hooking up with some, like a Pentecostal type church up in Rangiora, just a drive north of Christchurch City. After a while they thought, this guy's a bit too radical, and kicked him out, but when he went, he took half the congregation with him. They had enough money amongst them to buy a bit of land, this is decades ago now, up north of Christchurch, where they set up a dairy farm, and then later on they moved to the west coast of the South Island, so they're about half an hour or more driving time from Greymouth, which is a biggish small town on the west coast, where they've bought a few more thousands of acres of dairy farm. And they also run, I think they do aviation servicing for like light planes that do like top dressing, farmers tend to use them. And so she was born into this hardline religious cult, and she got out she was always a bit of a rebel, she took the name Theophila herself. She actually got permission to do that, and it was the first time it pretty much happened. They were given a name, a weird name, and the first generation of parents of people that moved in there were forced to change their names. And it's a big multi-million-dollar cult, because they've got their hand out for all the government subsidies for women and children and all that, and because they're people who are effectively, or at least they're supposedly volunteers, so they were working away 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, plus getting all these government handouts, because they're supposedly unemployed, and the families have like 8 children each or something. But by the time she was 18, she said, mate, I'm on me bike. And they dropped her off at a bus stop somewhere near Greymouth, and she got out. She's got counselling like a lot of people. She was abused while she was in there. She's got counselling, she's done a diploma, she's done a degree. She got help by some people who got out earlier. There are a few people who got out earlier, and they help these people as they leave the cult. But it's, when I first got them, I thought, do I really want to read this? I thought, I'll just start the first few pages. And it's absolutely engrossing. If you can get this book at a reasonable price, or if you can get it through your local library system, I highly recommend it. I believe it's publication date was only late last year. So it would have been about November, December I ordered it in from the library, and it came in just a week or so ago. I can't remember if I was... and I think it would have probably been quite a number. When you first order a book, if there's a lot of people waiting, it'll say your number something on the list. And actually some of the books that have come up, there wasn't a number, it was a book being processed, because they hadn't yet bought them in and put in the RFID radio code thing that lets you check it out and it knows which book's which. And when you hand it back, you get them for 6 weeks and you cannot renew them because if it's a new book and there's people waiting, you can't renew it, but 6 weeks is normally enough. So yeah, I started on this and it was absolutely engrossing from the first bit. She does give some of the early history of the community, which of course she only learned herself much of this after she left. And yes, so it's a warning there about cults, including ones that are supposedly loving Christian cults. There's quite a few pictures. When she left, she took photos with her. Because when you leave, the family that's left behind are required to burn any photo with you in it and to show joy at doing that. And there's a piece about halfway through the book, maybe not exactly half, and there's a spread of quite a few nice full-colour full-page photos, half-page photos. And you see that right from the young age that girls have to dress in these dark blue dresses. It started off actually when they were just north of Christchurch. The community got in some discount cloth. That's perhaps a better photo, shows that obviously they're sitting down, but I'm trying to get that photo so it shows there. They got this dark blue cloth and they got a discount, like a job lot of it, so they could make all these identical dresses for the women and girls. And they've sort of kept on with that. I believe it's imported from China now. And, so there's quite a few photos here. Yes, when people move the family, if people leave, people are free to leave. They're sort of free to leave, but, they're really pressured in that. And at 18, she said, I want to be gone from here. And there's a picture there on the right side of the screen there at the bottom. There she is getting her diploma from one of the Auckland universities, a degree, I believe. She started off, got a diploma and then got a degree. They have, of course, gone and set up another commune in India to try to hoodwink as many people there as possible, under the excuse that they're being a good Christian church in the community, which, of course, they are a cult. And some people there. And there she is with her fiancé, and they've got a house of their own in Auckland there somewhere. So I've still got a little bit of the book to go. I haven't completely finished yet, but A Story of Surviving Gloria Vale, Unveiled, Theophila Pratt. So I do highly recommend this book if you can get it from your local library or get it at an agreeable price. I don't know if it's a book you'd want to hang on to read over and over again. I'm very glad to have read it this first time. I do recommend it. She seems like a lovely person, and she's getting her act together now that she's got out of the cult. And certainly people have been getting out of this cult for many years. Not so many go up to Auckland. There's quite a few around Christchurch or in the farmlands south of Christchurch. Because, of course, a lot of them, from a young age, the girls are just kept full-time doing... They do have some schooling. They white out and glue pages together in the textbooks, but they're taught to read and write, and they can read certain Bible passages and things. So the girls do the cooking, the sewing, making cheese, that kind of thing, and some care of cattle, because they do a lot of dairying. And the young guys are trained up with dairying, but also with the sort of machinery maintenance and also maintenance of light aircraft. is another thing they do. I think, I haven't read that in this book, but I've heard that elsewhere, because they're involved with the aircraft use on farms, like top dressing. So a lot of them go on to get work in dairy farms or similar type things. But recommended. There might be a bit of a list if everyone in Videoland runs out right now and registers with the Christchurch Public Library and orders a book, there will be quite a wait, I'm telling you. Yeah, I've just got a couple of days left to go on this one, but I had the video camera set up, so I thought I'd say what I've been reading lately, and it's when I went and picked it up because it said, "Oh, your book's coming." I went and picked it up and thought, I don't know if I'm in the mood for this now. It sounded good when I heard the book review of it on the radio 3 months ago, whatever. But no, it's engrossing. It's engrossing, and I have relished reading a little bit of this every day, and I'm nearly getting to the end now, so not long to go. Recommended. It's, I don't know if you say it's not all a pleasant read, but no, it's recommended. Yep. Alright folks, that's all. Cheers.